Okay, today's board work problem, we're going to graph this absolute value function. It says graph the equation by completing and using the table. So this is what we're graphing. Y equals the absolute value of x minus 4 plus 3. So this table allows us to record everything without keeping things in our head. We get to write it down and perhaps avoid errors. So I wanted to do one of these this way as a board work problem. So we look at the way this works is we have the values we're going to plug in for x over here, and we put each one in, and we have columns for the intermediate calculation. So the first thing the function does is actually subtract x minus 4, whatever that x, whatever you're plugging in for x. Then you take the absolute value of x minus 4. So we have a column for that x minus 4, and we have another column for the next step, which is the absolute value of x minus 4. And then you have another column for y, which is what you get when you do the last step. You add 3 to whatever you got in that step. Okay, you add 3 to that and write that down for y. So just I'll go ahead and do the first row now just to make sure you see how it works. We plug the 2 in for x, and then x minus 4, well, that's 2 minus 4 since we plugged in 2. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So we write that down, and then the next column says, well, what's the absolute value of that? Okay, absolute value of x minus 4, the absolute value of negative 2 in this case, because that's what we got when we took x minus 4. Absolute value of negative 2 is 2. And then the last, we go ahead and add 3 to that, and we get y. So that thing we just calculated plus 3 is 5. Okay, and then that will be plotted over here. 2, 5, it's right there. Okay, so pause the tape, or pause the video and watch the rest of, and that means fill out the rest of the table, and then restart the video and see how you did. Okay, so we are back. We're going to do the rest of this table. So we put in 3 for x. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. And then the absolute value of that is 1. And then add 3 to that, and we get 4. And then we put in 4 for x. 4 minus 4 is 0. And the absolute value of that is 0. Add 3 to that, and it's 3. And we put in 5 for x. That'll be 5 minus 4, that's 1. The absolute value, that's 1. And add 3 to that, and that's 4. And then put in 6 for x. 6 minus 4 is 2. Goes here. Absolute value, that is 2. And then add 3 to that, and that's 5. So we already plotted the first point, 2, 5. Now we're going to plot the point 3, 4. X is 3, y is 4. So plot that ordered pair, 3 and then 4. Okay, and then next we have x is 4, y is 3. So the ordered pair 4, 3 goes 4 on the x-axis up to 3 on the y-axis. And then next is 5, 4. So 5 on the x-axis up to 4 on the y in the y dimension. And then last, when x is 6, y is 5. So here's 6 and up to 5. And then we can connect. And that's our absolute value graph. I want to notice a couple of things. I filled these in, but to do this method you really want to be able to pick these numbers yourself. And we talk about with the absolute value function, you want to use as the middle of your number, of your range of numbers, right in the middle of your range of numbers, you want to use the number that will give you 0 when you do the calculation inside. So you say, well, if I use 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. So whatever it is that gives you 0, use that, and then go one less than that, and then maybe one more less, and then go one greater than that middle number, and then one more greater if you want to. And that's how you choose those points. Also notice we could find the vertex using the other method, and the vertex would be, the x-coordinate of it would be, we would look inside the absolute value symbol and say whatever's subtracted from x. 4 is subtracted, so positive 4. That's what's subtracted, not negative 4. Okay? So that's the x-coordinate of the vertex, and then the y-coordinate, of course, comes from what's added on the outside, which is 3. And that's it. And let's see if that is right. We have x is 4 and then up 3, and that does give us the vertex as we graphed it. So this kind of table can be used to graph all kinds of functions. So I thought it would be good to look at.